The silence of men. He doesn't say it out loud. He doesn't post about it on social media. He doesn't call his friends to talk it through. He just goes quiet and fades into the familiar silence. And deep down, he's you. Men's loneliness doesn't explode. It accumulates. According to the American Perspective Survey 2021, we don't vent. We just tighten the lid a little more every day. Psychologists call it quiet desperation, the slow burn inside a man who appears fine, but feels like he's slowly fading away. It's not dramatic. It's not tragic. It's just colorless, repetitive, numb. I went all day without talking to a single person. I get home and there's no one to call, no one to ask how I'm doing. I'm surrounded by people and still feel invisible. This isn't about big, painful events. It's about a life that quietly shrinks until the walls close in and nobody notices. The stats don't lie. Men are getting lonelier. According to the American Perspective Survey 2021, only 15% of American men say they have at least one close friend. That's down from 45% in 1990, a staggering collapse. Among men in their late 30s to 50s, many haven't had a meaningful conversation with a friend in over a month. And no, most of them aren't getting therapy. They're not calling for help. They're not even telling anyone. Because somewhere along the way, they were taught not to. Talking about feelings makes you weak. From childhood, men are trained to suppress. Crying, grow up. Feeling anxious, man up. Wanting connection, that's clingy. So we adapt. We learn to package our feelings. I'm just busy. I'm fine on my own. That's just who I am. And over time, we become strangers to our own emotions. Wearing masks so long, we forget what's underneath. Men don't say they're lonely. They act lonely. Instead of words, loneliness shows up in behavior. Working late for no reason, drinking alone more often, chasing the wrong women, or suddenly snapping over nothing. Dr. Gabor Mate put it best, unprocessed pain doesn't disappear. It gets expressed as violence, addiction, or silence. Loneliness doesn't always cry. Sometimes it just burns quietly, beneath the surface. Male friendships are based on function, not feeling. Most men don't bond by sharing feelings. They bond by doing things together, playing sports, working side by side, going to war, building something. But what happens when those shared activities fade? You leave the job. You stop playing ball. You start a family. The function disappears, and with it, the friendship. Suddenly, you're 42 and realize you haven't had a soul-level talk with anyone in years. Marriage doesn't always cure loneliness. A lot of men think marriage will solve it, but loneliness inside a relationship might be the worst kind. According to a Pew Research Report 2022, 42% of married men over 35 say they rarely have emotionally meaningful conversations with their wives. You come home from work hoping for connection, and instead get, "Can you take the kids out?" You try to share a worry, and hear, "Well, that sounds like your problem," so you stop talking. And now, the loneliest place is lying right next to someone every night, and feeling like a ghost. Is it just me? No. It's almost all of us. You think you're the only one, but you're not. We just don't talk about it, because society still tells men, "Suck it up. Don't be so sensitive. Why are you being dramatic?" So we wonder, am I just weak? Or is the world just too cold? A philosopher once said, Arthur Schopenhauer once wrote, "We lose ourselves among people and find ourselves again in solitude. But if solitude lasts too long, we lose even ourselves." Men didn't choose this isolation. It just crept in. Slowly, quietly, completely. Why real friendships get harder after 30. When you're a kid, friends just happen. You sit next to someone at school. You both like the same dumb movie. Boom. best friends. But after 30, everyone's working, everyone's exhausted, everyone's married or divorced or raising kids. And frankly, no one wants to make the first move. So instead of building friendships, we settle into functional isolation. Polite nods, work texts, group chats that are mostly memes, but no real connection. No one you'd call when your father dies. No one you'd cry in front of without shame. Why men avoid therapy? Men don't go to therapy because it feels like failure. If I go to therapy, does that mean I'm broken? I don't need a stranger to fix me. I just need to toughen up. Therapy to many men sounds like weakness, admitting you can't do it alone. But here's the twist. We've been doing it alone for so long, we don't know how not to. We mistake emotional isolation for strength. We confuse silence for self-control. And in doing so, we slowly self-destruct. Functional but hollow. Many men today have become what I call functional but disconnected. You go to work, you pay the bills, you take care of your family, but you have no one to talk to at a soul level. You feel numb more than you feel alive. You don't even know what you're missing. You just feel off. This is the hidden epidemic. Not burnout, not depression, not even suicide. Just men quietly fading out of life, bit by bit, without ever making a sound. What can we actually do? No, this isn't a fairy tale. You won't fix your loneliness with a new app or a podcast or a men's retreat in the woods. But you can do this. Text the friend you've been meaning to reach out to. Say something real to someone. Anything beyond, I'm good. Stop waiting for other men to go first. Vulnerability is scary, but it's also magnetic. When one man drops the act, others follow. Not because they're weak, but because they're desperate for someone to go first. What strength really looks like? Real strength isn't silence. It's the courage to say, I'm not okay. I miss being seen. I'm tired of pretending. And then, it's the courage to stay in the room when another man says the same. The final thought. We live in a world where men are taught to survive in silence. But you weren't meant to go through this life alone. You were built for connection. Even if the world forgot that, you don't have to. Because the truth is, you're not broken. You're just unheard. And the moment you speak, someone out there will finally feel less alone. Speak first. Someone's waiting to hear it.